Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Julia Yeary, Director of Military Family Projects at 0 to 3.
And good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Gregory Leskin. I serve as Director for Military and Veteran Families for the National Child Traumatic Stress Network. It's really great to be here today. And happy holidays to you and your family. We hope that you have a pleasant holiday and New Year coming up. The holidays can be a very nice time of the year to enjoy the festive, social, and family atmosphere. And we hope that this year you'll consider giving your child a really wonderful gift. In fact, one of the most important gifts that you could give your child, taking care of your own psychological well being. With so much attention paid to our chores and the news and finances and work, it might feel like we are constantly dealing with unfinished business. This condition might leave us in a state of perpetual heightened stress. As parents, we can feel fatigue or tense or with less energy to respond and take care of all of these daily responsibilities. We really hope that you'll consider taking time to recharge your batteries, feel like you can take time for rest and relaxation, and clear your mind from the almost constant state of feeling unfinished or like there's still always more to do. Remember that you can always come back to your state of busyness. However, when you gift yourself and your family with a sense of completeness, you will gift them with your total presence without divided attention. And you might see some really nice benefits, including a greater sense of togetherness, happiness, better sleep, and even fewer arguments. I suggest you try a satisfaction mindset activity that I call I am complete. This is a mindset is meant to focus on those aspects of your life that you feel most proud of, that you have accomplished, and that you allow yourself to feel that sense of total completion. Take 5 minutes to remind and reassure yourself that you can and will once again take care of things to their completion and that it's not necessary to constantly strive to do things without the counterbalance time to recharge your energy with healthy foods and exercise and build in time to feel psychologically complete and completely finished. This mindset, I am complete, lets you accept things just as they are in the here and now. So the next time you feel like you need a reminder to be present with your children, uh, take things slower for your own mental health and well being. Say to yourself, I am complete, and allow yourself the satisfaction to feel a sense of completeness in order to allow your mind and body a chance to rest and be together fully with your family and children. Today, I'm also providing some terrific tip sheets for parents to use. This one we'll call Taking Care of Yourself, and it's available in the comments section below. I especially like the section in this tip sheet talking about awareness, balance, and connection. Three essential areas and reminders to help us focus on our well being, and especially important during times of stress or challenge that might accompany families and parents, including during the holidays.
Thanks, Greg. Important tips. And I really like that. I am complete. I want to dive in a little bit more about why this is so important. Um, Picture this with me, okay? You're in a mad rush to get everything done on time. You just poured yourself a cup of coffee and you have wrapping paper and ribbon on the table, along with a gift you looked all over town for, and you turn your back away to take 2 steps away just to get some cream for your coffee. And then all of a sudden you hear a crash and your 2-year old begins to cry. You turn around and you see your toddler sitting on the floor crying. Your coffee spilled all over everything, including the wrapping paper, and there's coffee cup glass shards everywhere, hot coffee and ribbon on the floor, where it looks like your toddler pulled down the ribbon because they were curious. Yikes. not something you want to have happen as you're running around trying to make the holidays special for your family. How would you react? Of course, it would be perfectly normal to feel a flash of anger, to want to let go of some choice words and even direct that anger toward your toddler, like, look what you did. This is your fault. You ruined this. All this and more run through your mind. You might ask yourself, whoa, wait a minute, is my toddler okay? And then you might feel guilty, like, wow, I could have really hurt my child. And you might be mad at yourself for leaving the very appealing, colorful ribbon dangling where your child could reach it. The gift you can give your child is the gift of being able to step back and to be able to see that it was an accident, that there was no intent to ruin the gift or break the coffee cup or spill coffee everywhere. I can tell you from personal experience that it's almost impossible to step back and see the accident for what it is when you're feeling stressed out. When we aren't stressed, we're able to pause and see what's going on and really quiet that first reaction and really think about how we want to handle the situation. When we're able to calm our initial reactive emotions and mindfully think about it, then we can be first grateful that our child is okay with no scald burns, no cuts from the broken coffee cup. And we can reassure our child, I see that you're scared. I'm glad that you're okay. Mommy can't let things dangle for you to pull on. And maybe one day you'll learn not to pull on things because you can get hurt. You can realize that the damaged gift can probably be fixed either by washing it or gluing it, right? And wrapping paper, well, who doesn't love a rustic looking present wrapped in brown paper grocery bags with pretty ribbon? Or tape together pieces of printer paper, right? With drawings courtesy of your 2-year old. The idea here is remembering what is most important during the season of giving, and that is nurturing the relationships around us. No one really cares if the special green sweater your Aunt Joe wanted is given on Christmas or 2 weeks later. Or even, it's not the green sweater that even matters, right? What matters is letting others know what they mean to us. We do that much better from a place of well being instead of a place of being overwhelmed and filled with a sense of should. Make sure you're taking time to take care of you in the chaos of the season. Time for lunch with a friend, or a long soak in the tub with those special bath salts, the gift you got last year at Christmas and never had time to use. Set a timer to have some fun downtime during the day, including having some low-key snuggle time with your kids, or have a holiday dance party in your living room. Find time for the fun, not just for the long list of things you have to get done. Remember, there's no such thing as creating a perfect holiday. They don't exist. The best holidays come from having special times with the ones that we love.
I couldn't agree more with you, Julia. Those are really important points. Parents and children may be feeling anxious and stressed by the holidays, especially during COVID-19. And as a reminder, stress and anxiety seem to be felt most often when people think that they can't cope with a situation. If you notice that you or your child are feeling more anxious or worrying more during this holiday season, it might be helpful to pause and reframe your situation or help your child to break things into smaller, more manageable pieces to feel more in control and less stressed and anxious. It's also possible during times of continuing stress that we could feel mentally and physically fatigued, to even address the worry and stress actively. There are some great resources available for military parents who are experiencing stress or worry to help find some relief. And I often find taking a course or reading an article or a book with with suggestions about anxiety and worry provides me with plenty of reminders that can help me to exercise, relax, calm my mind, and give me some perspective and remind me about what has worked for me in the past. Anxiety can be very common also among children. Kids can develop worries about many things, like their parents becoming ill or performing poorly in social settings. Children may appear physically nervous, hyper aroused, as well as shy and withdrawn. Sometimes an anxious child will refuse to engage in every activities with family and friends. Some children can have problems like throwing tantrums or becoming very angry towards their siblings, parents, or others. I also want to share some resources that have been developed by the National Child Traumatic Stress Network to support military and veteran families, specifically addressing ways to cope during the holidays, especially with the additional stress due to COVID-19, increased rates in the emerging variant. Families might need to make some adjustments to their normal traditions this year again. Today, we want to talk about ways to take good care of yourself, including your emotional well being, your mental health during the holidays and after. Here's a very important resource from the National Child Traumatic Stress Network called Supporting Teens and Youth During the Holiday Season that provides some of those ideas. This resource offers families some good ideas and strategies to help make this holiday season a special one and finding ways to stay connected to one another and offer help as a community to those who might need additional help or assistance. It is important to let your children share their thoughts and feelings about this year's holidays and any changes that might take place as a result of COVID-19 or any other issues or concerns your child might have. Even though things may be different again this year, your child is probably still very excited about the many traditions that will continue, like the presents and decorations and the meals and the family gatherings. This year, you may want to remind your family and children about the importance of gratitude and appreciation for being safe together and reminding each other of what is most important to you.
Great resources, Greg, and great tips. When you are coming from this place of psychological well-being, you really are better able to convey to your child the message that no matter what, no matter where, you'll always love them. And that, along with you taking care of yourself, which is the prerequisite for this, is the best gift that you can give your child. Knowing that they know without a doubt that they're loved unconditionally. A child who knows this deep down, that no matter what they're loved, they're better able to handle adversity, better able to problem solve no matter what comes their way. They're just better able to accept and deal with the good and the bad. Now, I have two books I want to share with you that really speak about this. These are books that I just loved, and I hope you do too. The first one was a favorite in my household. It's called Mama, Do You Love Me? And it's written by Barbara Juice and illustrated by Barbara Lavallee. There's a companion book written by the same author called Papa, Do You Love Me? Set with Maasai warriors of Africa. But this one is set in Alaska with the Inuit. And just to read just a little bit, the mama first shares how much she loves the child. And then the child says, well, what if I put salmon in your parka and ermine in your mittens and lemmings in your mucklucks? Then I would be angry. What if I threw water at our lamp? Then, dear one, I would be very angry, but I would still love you. And then it goes on to share other things. And then the child says, then what if I became a polar bear and I was the meanest bear you ever saw and I chased you with shiny sharp teeth into your tent and you cried? And mama says, then I would be very surprised and very scared. But still, inside the bear, it would be you and I would love you. I will love you forever and for always because you are my dear one. Isn't that just beautiful? Don't you love how the mama lets her child know her love is forever? Even if the child does something naughty, her love is unconditional. I also want to share another book called Sparrow, written by Dorinda Silver Williams. In it, the baby bird just loves all the activities they do together. There's a mama bird version and a papa bird version. So you can, pick the one that's appropriate for you, or get both. But in it, let's say we'll pretend we're reading the papa bird version. First, they do all of these fun things together, and they go on flights together, and they have their little flight list of check and double check. But when Papa comes back from his trip, he's different. And Baby Bird says, well, have you still got your map? No, I don't. And Baby Bird says, oh, well, have you still got your beak straight and forward? Well, I'm afraid my beak is bent and low, says Papa. Well, I see, says Sparrow. And it goes on. Well, are we ready to fly? Says Sparrow. And Papa Bird says, my wing is clipped. I won't be doing any more flying. Papa was quiet, and so was Sparrow. And Sparrow hopped away for a moment, and Sparrow thought, and he thought, until Papa went to go look for him. And then Papa says, Sparrow? Papa was perched quietly beside Sparrow. Sparrow was afraid to look at him. Sparrow? Papa whispers again. What is it? A few moments went by, and then a few more, until Papa waited, patiently, quietly, until finally, Papa, do you love me? Sparrow asked. Papa turned to look at Sparrow. He leaned in close, making sure Sparrow heard every word. And he said, check, double check, he said. Papa leaned in closer. His feathers nestled against Sparrow's. Sparrow sighed, sinking deeper into Papa's wings. He could feel both their hearts beating together. Sparrow felt warm and happy. He had missed these moments with Papa. Well then, said Sparrow, I guess we're good to go. And away they went, back to the nest to have dinner. Isn't that beautiful? So not only do we want our kids to know that no matter what they do, we're going to love them, but also whether we can do the things we want to with them or not, if we're able to or not able to, that our love is what holds us together and keeps us bound together. And that unconditional love is such an amazing gift that you can give your child. So I invite you to share with your child this power of knowing that your love is unconditional. Your child needs to know that they're safe, that they're secure, and that they are supported. I invite you to take the time to let your child know this out loud. Don't assume they know. You can use books like these to help you share these stories, and many others are available that can help share your unending love for your child. These are the best gifts, more powerful than all the toys and clothes and electronic gadgets that money can buy. The gift of having a parent who gives their child the ability to practice self-care, to see their parent practicing self-care, to see their parent being able to prioritizing well-being, and the gift of having a parent who gives their child that unconditional love. We wish you well this holiday season. Don't forget, you are never alone. Reach out to Military One Source at the number you see on your screen. Even if you're finding it difficult to give these gifts to your child, if self-care just isn't happening during this season right now, especially with all of the things going on with the pandemic, don't go it alone. You can call someone and talk to someone about it. We wish you joy this season, Greg and I, and hope for peace in our world. And we're ever so grateful to you and to all of our military connected families for helping to give our country the knowledge that we're safe because of your sacrifice. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Julia. Happy holidays.